Hi, I'm Bridget Buchanan, sales engineer with WDL Systems. I'm currently at the headquarters of Connect Tech in Guelph, Ontario, Canada, and we just finished 2 days of technical training and celebrating Connect Tech's 40-year anniversary. I'm interviewing Dave Worthen, founder and soon-to-be retired CEO of Connect Tech. Dave, first of all, congratulations for all the success of Connect Tech and building such an amazing business legacy that will continue well into the future. We are in your fantastic 52,000 square foot manufacturing and sales facility. You employ 105 people and counting, and are one of NVIDIA's largest ecosystem partners for the Jetson line of GPUs. Your Connect Tech career had to have been an amazing journey. So can you tell me a little bit about Connect Tech's start and what your focus was in the early days?
Sure can. Listen, Bridget, let me just say, first of all, it was great having you and the rest of the WDL team here for the last 2 days. First, at the partner days, where we could share ideas with all of our partners from around the world. And secondly, to help us celebrate Connect Tech's 40th anniversary. You and WDL have been part of our amazing journey, and I thank you and your team members for that. So in terms of Connect Tech's legacy and our first days, we started with serial communication, which is something that everybody uses today, but they rarely think about its background. High speed in those days with 38.4K, and now we're looking at speeds of 1 gig or 100 gigabyte and beyond for network Ethernet.
Speaking of technology changing over the years, what steps did you take to manufacture and capitalize on those new and rapidly emerging technologies?
We like to spin on a dime here, so as technology changed and we had our own internal design and manufacturing capabilities, we were able to stay on top of that. So with our really experienced technical team, we were able to seize the opportunity and, like I said, spin on a dime to provide new opportunities for our customers.
Would you say any of those opportunities kept you up at night?
Oh, without a doubt. I've long said coming here to work every morning is like Christmas Day to a 5-year-old. So it wasn't the stress, it was the excitement of tomorrow and what tomorrow's technology would bring for us.
Did you have any product missteps, and what would you say those missteps taught you?
Try to capitalize early on paradigm shifts and technology changes. There's always the thought of, should I do this or should I do that? And sometimes when you pick one over the other, you've picked the wrong horse, but just learn to change horses as quickly as you can, fail quickly, fail inexpensively, but don't dwell on your failures. Pick another horse and go forward.
Looking back, what would you say are some of the key factors to yours and Connect Tech's success?
From the very beginning, we've been like a big family here. So it's how our team can support each other and how they can also keep the work-life balance in terms of being with their family, but also being with their colleagues here at work.
Speaking of being like a family, anyone who has ever spent time with you quickly learns that family is really important to you. How did you balance having both a successful family life and career? And what advice would you give to someone starting out and also wanting to be successful in both?
Always put family first, but always put everybody's family first. So think of your coworkers and think of their families too. I was fortunate enough to have a business partner early on. When his family was young, I did a lot of the travel. When my family was young, he did a lot of the travel. And if you always remember what's important in your family's life, you can empathize with what's important to the people that you work with in their life and really underscore that with what they hold to be important.
Was there ever a time where you had to get tough with someone, and how did you handle that?
There's always times when you have to be tough with people. And what I've learned, as uncomfortable as it may be at the time, people appreciate your firmness or toughness, and 99 times out of 100, they will come back and thank you for it.
And if you had to go back in time 40 years and start all over, how would you do things differently, if at all?
That is a super tough question because I don't regret anything, but at the same time too, I would do so much differently. So I can't even name a single thing, but I'll try in the future.
So my experience with Connect Tech has been that the workplace is of a large family. And I know you talked about your business partner and how you took turns prioritizing family versus traveling for work. But did you intentionally foster that kind of environment company-wide? And if yes, how did you do so?
I'm not sure where it even started, but it really started from day one. And I can remember in the early days, my partner's family had another child, and his first child spent the day, that first day, him and I hanging out while mom and dad and new baby were at the hospital. And at the end of that day, the son, my partner's newest son, was named David.
Oh, that's sweet. What are your predictions for the future of Connect Tech?
Continued growth. We have our new president, Patrick Dietrich. He has a lot of energy, a lot of knowledge of the AI workspace, which is where we're going to continue to grow. We've become NVIDIA's largest partner in the embedded AI and AI at the edge space. And from our hardware products, we're going to be differentiating into software products as well to support that marketplace.
And what made you decide to retire now?
It was a beautiful opportunity to make the transition from me to Patrick, and it's time for me to step aside and allow this new generation to flex and embrace the challenges. Everybody's career wants to go on a path upwards, and it's time to allow those people to take on the new challenges.
And as you move into retirement, have you taken a moment to reflect on the impact and impression you have left on thousands of people, including family, friends, employees, engineering students, customers, and your channel partners? And what are your thoughts on those?
That's a really tough and deep question. I haven't had a chance to really think about that much, but it's not so much the impact I have had on them, but the impact that they have had on me. It's been a great career, and everybody I've come in contact with has in some way shaped those years, and I thank everybody for that.
What do you want your legacy to be, and what are you most proud of?
You're really beating me up here with these questions. These are really tough ones. I really don't know. I guess I always want to be remembered for being fair, but tough and honest and trustworthy in my dealings with everybody, suppliers, customers, and all the team here at Connect Tech.
How will you spend your retirement days?
In retirement,
Yeah.
supporting Connect Tech as much as I can, but first traveling with my wife and children and their partners. There's a good part of the world that we haven't seen. And as a family, we absolutely love spending time together.
Well, Dave, big thank you for all that you've done, and best in retirement. We're definitely going to miss you, and please make sure to visit us next time you happen to be in North Carolina.
Oh, wow. I'm going to be there for sure. I love the Tar Heel State. Thanks, Bridget.